Welcome back, everybody, to Fimblewolf Gaming. We are back here at Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2, the Evil campaign. We are playing this on hard. This is level 3, the Shire. So, we are going over this kind of evil counterfactual of a campaign known as the Scouring of the Shire, okay? So, basically here, it's kind of a small scene in the end of Lord of the Rings book where Frodo and Sam, Merry, and Pippin return to the Shire and they find Isengard's taken over and that they've caused a lot of havoc even after Sauron's been kind of defeated after Helm's Deep and his staff has been broken. He still shows up and manages to cause a lot of problems in the Shire. Well, in this counterfactual, we're kind of going through sort of that Scouring of the Shire scene that you only see in the movies in a brief flashback in the Fellowship. You remember that flashback when he's looking into the pool of Galadriel and he sees the Shire burning. That's what we're doing today. We are going through and we're going to make it happen. So basically, the Goblins have been at war with the Hobbits for a while, sort of. I mean, they haven't been fighting back and forth, but they really hate each other. Hobbits invented the game of golf after a battle with Goblins, so they're not exactly happy with the Goblins, okay? So we're here today, and we're going to go get some payback. Yeah, let's go kill these midgets. And while we're at it, I'm just checking to see if we have any powers available. Eventually, I think we should be able to get summon Men of Dunland, which is going to be useful, but at the moment we're just going to go through and we're going to kill these guys. This part you don't have to worry about, okay? Hobbits are maybe the worst unit in the game, alright? They're super weak. You can't give them any upgrades. They can throw sticks and they can, they can throw rocks and they can hit you with sticks. That's about it. We do have to worry about other units. So you just saw those green tents up in the corner. Those are from Dunedain Rangers. Okay, so we will have to worry about Rangers, but even those guys aren't so bad.
Now listen up. The Hobbits have 4 governing seats of power. Destroy these.
Okay, so basically, we're gonna have to fight those Dunedain, and we're gonna have to take out these seats of power. So these seats of power are like governing buildings for the Hobbits, and we're gonna go through and we're gonna destroy them. There will be other kind of objectives along the way. I think we can take control of Farmer Maggots. I think we can destroy Bag End and the Green Giant Inn. There's probably a couple other farms we can take control of. And we do, I think, as a bonus objective, have to wipe out all the Dunedain. So if it seems strange, by the way, that we've got Rangers defending the Shire, that's actually a real thing. And I love these Lord of the Rings games because they're very faithful to Tolkien's work. The Rangers, the Dunedain Rangers, after the collapse and fall of Arnor and Fornost, they actually stuck around and defended the Hobbits in the Shire for a long time. They were actually part of the reason that Sauron wasn't able to find the ring in the Shire. Because he knew very early on, like, oh, the ring is in the Shire. He found that out from Gollum. But the problem was, where's the ring? Where is the Shire? You can't find the ring if you don't know where the Shire is. And the Shire had been hidden from Sauron for a long time. He only found it kind of last minute. And part of the reason he was delayed was because of the Dunedain, who were constantly harassing his scouts and his spies around the outer edges of the Shire. So while we're setting up, let's go ahead and set this fortress up. Fortresses are going to help us stop the Dunedain because our units are actually kind of weak. And we're just going to use it almost as a wall. I'm also going to... So these are lumber mills. I think we've used these before. Basically, they cut down trees and turn it into resources, and we're going to make use of that. And we're also going to use these Men of Dunland, so especially when we go to attack buildings, because Men of Dunland have this special ability where whenever they are attacking buildings, they make money. They have a pillage ability. So we're here in the Shire, we're going to kill the Dunedain, and we're going to just set up to... oh, sweet, I forgot about those. We're going to set up our base so that we can start assaulting the Dunedain and everyone else. We're going to use those mountain giants too. They're going to be really helpful later on. Okay, let's see here. Okay, sweet. We got our fortress. Oh, yeah. I think that one's Farmer Maggots. Okay. Let's see here. Let's build another tunnel and a cave. Let's start with the cave, actually. So goblins are... I think I've said it before. Goblins are really cheap, okay? So you can make a lot of really fluff units. Heavy-hitting units aren't as common, but you can get a lot of fluff units. And so we're going to get a lot of caves, and we're going to try and produce a lot of goblins all at once. Let's see here. Give these guys a little defensive buff. Not that they're going to live long enough. We'll buff these guys so they can kill the trebuchet, because trebuchets are actually kind of a pain in the butt. And as soon as we're done dealing with this, we'll go back to our fort. We don't have to worry too much. It shows our fortress is under attack, but it's like, it's either hobbits or Dunedain, and they don't really do that much to a fortress, so we don't really have to worry about it. Another tunnel. As a general rule, I try and go 50% and above for tunnels. Sometimes I have to go like 40%. Let's go another cave. Get another tunnel. Sometimes I don't use lumber mills because you do have to commit command points to those lumber mill workers, but they're really useful, and once you get a ton of them, they can just really buff your economy. So definitely can be worth the investment. They're also pretty good against Ents, so that's one thing to bear in mind, or at least, you know, comparatively. Let's expand the cave again, get some goblin warriors, and we'll set them to come out over here. And as soon as we can, I'll buy another cave. We're not in a real rush here, alright? Right now, this is still an easy level. We have basically access to all the things that the goblins have to offer in this level. But it's still a pretty easy, straightforward level. We don't really have to worry too much about like getting pushed really hard, really early. There will be kind of a bigger fight later on, but that'll come when we tell it, not... you know, you don't have to worry about like a huge army showing up anytime soon. It doesn't really show up until we have to destroy the seats of powers. So we've got time to work with. So we're just going to upgrade our caves. We're going to get some warriors to push back the random ranger attacks, and we're going to work on our economy. So we're just going to build tunnels all the way back. And we've got a river that kind of divides us off here, so we can just build all the way back here, and it doesn't really matter. The key to this game really is you want to get a strong economy and have a lot of unit producing buildings so that you're ready for a fight. Okay, that's a little lower than I want, but we'll go with it. Let's get everybody to the front. Let's upgrade this again. Okay, here. Probably build one more tunnel if there's room. Close enough. Eventually we're going to get upgrades for these guys, but you got to bear in mind that sometimes upgrades for goblins just aren't worth it, because even with the upgrades, they'll die so fast. Half trolls are good to upgrade. Half trolls are great, but just random goblin warriors are going to die really quickly, so just bear that in mind. Goblins are probably the weakest faction, but there's just a lot of them. So and they're relatively cheap, so it's very easy to outproduce somebody with weaker units, and it kind of becomes a battle of like quantity versus quality. Come on, fine. Okay. Those guys kind of shredded me. Let's hope that these mountain giants can take out people. And Gorkill, you can go kill the fire arrows, because those guys are obnoxious. Okay, send these guys up to the front as well. Set them to aggressive. Oh my gosh, the rangers aren't going to kill them. My giants are. Come on. Let's get him back and heal him up for a bit. I can always rebuy him, I just don't like to. Come on. Build another tunnel real quick. Or cave. You know, let's build a cave. And, what? How did I miss that? I mean, it's probably not much. It's probably like maybe 100 or so, but still. Okay, we'll build another cave. We just got a line of caves now. My general rule is if I can build 4 of each. You don't have to. I mean, you could build one of each, or you don't even have to build one of each. If you just want caves, you just build one cave, you know? It's just a matter of, like, what gets troops out the fastest, and, you know, it's not just, I guess, can you get it out quickly enough, but also, do you have enough money to buy from each? And especially with caves, I can very quickly buy units from all four and produce it for 4 at the same time. If it were something like Spider Den, I may still get 4, but it's going to be a lot harder to get 4 Spider Riders than it will be to get 4 Goblin Warriors, you know? Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's kill these guys, and there you are. Okay, kill the Trebuchet. Because that thing is gonna hurt. Okay, gonna kill this thing. Oh, sweet. See? Okay, you can get these guys in, like, no time. Okay, let's go ahead and kill these guys. We'll get Farmer Maggots, because it should act like an outpost, and it should get us resources slowly over time. But let's go ahead and kill these. There's Rangers somewhere, I know it. Okay, well, we'll kill those guys. They're the Rangers. And we'll destroy Bag End, too, because, like, again, why not? We're here. Of course, it said, here's Bag End, and I didn't actually see where it said it was, so I may have to search around for it for a second, but... Okay, let's build a treasure trove. Get some upgrades. Upgrade these. If you don't see me click on it, it's because I use a lot of hotkey shortcuts. U is the one for upgrading buildings. But if you're ever confused by a hotkey, you can generally find it just by hovering your mouse over it for a long time, and then it'll show you what the hotkey is for that building. Or that thing, I guess. It could be like a poison dagger or something. Okay, 4 seats of power, Dunedain, destroy Bag End. There's a seat of power. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay. Knew it was around here somewhere. Let's get more goblins. Apparently there's some Dunedain around here. Let's go take Farmer... Well, that's not Farmer Maggots. That's a different one. It's fine. Build another spider pit. And we'll get these upgraded. And... maybe a fissure. Ah. Actually, let's build an arrow tower. Because we will get attacked, so it's good to have some arrow towers, but we've got time to prepare for it, so... Well, that's not nice! I don't know if I can repair that. Holy cow, they got a lot of fire rocks. Okay. Let's get some poison blades going. And let's use our men of Dunland. They're not, like, super strong, but they're generally enough to buy you some time. I mean, that's the way it is with most summonable things. Let's get another tower. I also, you know, sometimes I like to get towers and put my archers in them. Sometimes I just get them to put, builders inside. And it's a good way to keep your builders safe and out of the way. Ah, here it is. Let's go destroy that well. Yep, we cannot repair that. It's unfortunate. Let's just hope it stays alive. Oh, come on. Tom Bombadil. Okay, so Tom Bombadil, one of Tolkien's staples, doesn't show up in the movies, but he's in the books. He's obnoxious in this game. He doesn't really do that much, especially to buildings or siege works, but he can take out a lot of light fluff units, which is almost exclusively what the goblins have. Of course, I'm using all of these, and it doesn't really do much to Tom Bombadil, but it's fine. He might die, it's alright. Let's bring these guys down, kill the Dunedain. Power Forge Blades. We have fire arrows too, that'll help. Buy him back. Build some defenses. Oh, they're dying. They're dying. We're fine. Okay, good. He's dead. Or expired. Let's move our way south a bit. I'm going to try and avoid to destroy the 4th seat of power until I'm totally ready. Because, again, we are going to get hit hard. But at least in the meantime, we should be able to wipe out the Dunedain, which will be helpful. Destroy that. This really is a laid-back map, okay? You're not going to have a lot of difficulty for, I would say, 90% of this map. Even the last little bit is not super difficult. It's just maybe unexpected. So I'm not really, I'm not going to really say all that much. I kind of want you guys to see the surprise for yourself. But just know, like, when you go to play this level, you will have to prepare for something to come your way. I mean, that's just a general rule of thumb in these games, too. Be ready for a counterattack, because they will come for you. But we're going to leave the Seat of Power until then. I'll go ahead and destroy the Green Dragon Inn, but that's just because it's there. I was hoping I could take that. I think in the skirmish maps, you can actually take it, and it functions as a normal inn. Good, we got our upgrades. I should probably get a fissure at some point, but for right now we're good. Perfect, perfect. So I think maybe last game where I said you can get, or it might have been the first level, it might have been Lothlorien, where I said you can get giants on the fortress, and that's all that I'm doing right now. It's just getting giants. They're not necessarily your best defense. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. They hit hard, but they're slow to reload, and they a lot of times they can get killed by arrows and eagles and flyers really easily, and so you'll have to rebuy them. Arrow towers can sometimes fill in the same role, but for a lot cheaper. So sometimes it's worth getting arrow towers. I found when I fight the game on Brutal, it's just useful to get a ton of arrow towers, but sometimes you get giants, and I like getting it in the campaign. Just surround your fortress with a ton of mountain giants, and nobody's going to touch it. Come on. Let's get an upgrade to level 3. Need our venom sacks. We're looking at like $2,000 to finish up with the spider pits. It's not a particularly difficult level, like I said. The game is still expecting you to be getting your water legs. At some point, it will introduce you to different factions. It will introduce you to more difficult things. But the whole thing is basically a tutorial for how to play a campaign, or for how to play a skirmish, or how to play online. It's not until like the very last level of the campaign where things get really difficult. I also have to say, honestly, I think the good campaign is harder than the evil campaign. And the reason I say that, there's a couple of key sieges in the evil campaign. Where you're not really, I don't think you're ever under siege in the evil campaign, but you are in the good campaign. And it really does change things up when you're on the defensive. So, just gotta bear in mind, this is basically a walkthrough, and it's just here to help you. So, let's see here. How much is that? Oh, that's way less than I thought. So this is, I should say, this is version 1.06. For most of the time that I played this game is on version 1.0. And so I'm used to things having different costs. I want to say a Fisher was like 800 or 1,000. And then like upgrading every single building was 500, then 1,000. And it was just ridiculous. Caves might have been the one exception. Caves might have still been like 150 and 300, but the newer updates have definitely made things cheaper. And again, if you want to play this game, check it out. You should check this out on T3A. They'll walk you through how to download and get started on this game. It is a lot of fun. You can play it online with other players. It's also the sort of thing you can get with your friends and you can just play it with them. It's a great way to kill hours and just a lot of harmless, meaningless fun. It's great. Cannot recommend it enough. It's also a lot of fun when you're winning. Less fun when you're losing, but the solution there is just to get really good and then play with friends that are worse than you, which is what I tend to do. No, I just only know a few people who play it. That's my problem. But yeah, definitely check this game out. It is great for keeping faithful to Lord of the Rings. It's great for just finding a fun game that you can play with up to 7 other friends. It actually runs really smoothly even on Windows 10 and Windows 11. So, and this is a game that was made back in the early 2000s. So this is one that I cannot recommend enough. Go check it out. Be a lot of fun, I promise. Also, they walk you through how to do it on Game Ranger. And if people want, if this ever becomes actually successful enough, maybe I'll check out the mods for this game as well. There's a couple of mods for the Lord of the Rings game that are a lot of fun. Let's get a few more of these. And I have not finished. Oh my gosh, I'm such a noob. Okay, we're basically ready. I mean, we're not 100% ready. I don't exactly have upgrades, but I think I'm ready for a counterattack, which is the big thing.
We will swarm over them. Crash this place. Oh, goblin warriors, get ready.
Let's go ahead and destroy this. And be prepared for a big surprise.
That was the final seat of power. Now the hobbits will crumble before us. Retreat! Retreat! At last, the Shire is mine.
Oh shoot. Oh no, that's gonna miss me. Oh, phew.
Sire, it's the orcs from Isengard. What? What are they doing here? What?
I want to extend my gratitude, O great king, for clearing the Shire of the meddlesome Dwarden. You are dismissed now. Go back to your caves.
So when I said there's a surprise, this is what I meant. Isengard does show up to scour the Shire in the books and in the movies. Well, sort of in the movies. Again, you get a flashback. And here in the campaign, they decided to do that, and they just kind of had Isengard show up as kind of like a last minute, oh, thanks for doing all the heavy lifting, now we're going to take all your stuff. And as you can imagine, goblins are not too happy with that, so you just have to be prepared. I think all we have to do really is just kill Grima, but it's worth bearing in mind they bring enough of an army, and then usually they set up a base. Oh, come on. Usually they set up a base that you have to destroy as well, so just be ready for that. And we're just gonna hit them with a bunch of upgraded goblins. Come on. Oof, I should have brought pikes. Yeah, okay, all we gotta do is kill Grima, so this is fine. This is fine. Okay, good. So they broke on him. Cavalry is really only a problem if they trample. So as long as they don't trample, then you're alright. And so sometimes you can get them to stop short and just attack you instead of trampling you. if you're using cavalry, just tell them to move past the army, and they'll do exactly what those wargs are doing. Just attack, move. Don't have to worry about it too much. We've got a decent sized horde, so we don't really have to worry about it too much. Come on. Let's get some more of these guys. Or actually, let's get some more goblins. Honestly, spamming goblins seems to be working. Oh, please don't kill Gorkill. I need him for leadership. Okay, so, like I said, pretty straightforward level. It's really not that bad. You just, the big thing is you want to be prepared for Isengard, because they will come and try and kill you, but, as long as you've got a decent base and a reasonably sized army, you'll be alright. More wargs, great. Oh, lovely. That's okay, I think that's the lion's share of their army. And we have one advantage they don't. If they come to get us, and they manage to get through my goblin warriors, which they probably will, then they'll have to deal with a giant fortress. Oh, sweet. Oh, okay. Darkness is a really good power, sorry. I need to take a moment. So, leadership does a lot in this game. It buffs your troops severely. And you see that they're glowing a lot right now. It's because they got a lot of leadership buffs, and darkness helps with that. So, and it's like a map-wide effect, so it's a really useful one. But yeah, we're just gonna carve our way through here, and as soon as we're done, we'll be good. I do like the little counterfactual, what if evil actually won in Lord of the Rings? But it is worth saying it's kind of depressing. It's a depressing ending. It just is. Like, you grow to root for, like, oh, I love the hobbits, I love Gondor, and elves, and dwarves, and now they're all dead. This is wonderful. Or subjugated, as the case may be. Let's see here. Let's go and get him out so he doesn't die. We'll send these guys to the front. Come on. There they are. One time I was playing a game with a friend of mine, and you can only see some things after watching it in the replays. I found out that if he had wanted to, he could have killed me, like, really early on. But I ended up killing him because he didn't know what I had. And then I got built up, and I just built like 10 caves. And I had a couple of lumber mills and some tunnels. And I wasn't even upgrading the goblins. I was just, training 10 goblins at a time and sending them, 10 battalions at a time, and just sending them over to him time and time and time again. And, they didn't do much each time, but it was just enough that he just couldn't do anything with it. So if you're comfortable doing that, goblins can be a really good faction to use. They can be really powerful. But you guys haven't even built a fortress. This is depressing. I was hoping for, like, I would have to go siege something. I was hoping for an actual battle. This is gonna be depressing. Come on, there we go. Click the thing. Just kill the. Have those guys kill the coward. These guys kill the ballista. Let's get rid of that builder, because I do not need them retraining. Oh, and Grima's dead. Okay, we're good. Another perfect example of, like, know what the objectives are. If you just have to kill Grima, just kill Grima. You can be close to losing, and if he dies, you win. That's all you gotta do. So, that is one thing to bear in mind. But yeah, like I said, easy level. Easy money. You just have to be prepared for an oncoming siege from Isengard, and then you'll be good. And that's all we get. So thank you guys for joining me today. I will try and get out another one of these videos in the next week or so we can continue this campaign. Just continue on with the evil campaign. If you enjoyed this, or if you thought that it was helpful or useful, go ahead and hit like and maybe comment on this video. Consider subscribing, it does help. And go ahead and join me next week.